Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Texas Country on Scene. I'm your host Eric Fayard. We're in Richmond, Texas at Audio Realm Studios. This place is awesome. We're going to be hanging out with engineer Kevin Bailey as well as the producer Chase West and show you exactly what it is they do and the magic they make right here at Audio Realm Studios. Also, performances by Will Carter.
A love so strong, but that ain't how you feel. How could I have been so wrong? I made you the queen of my heart. Don't you remember who you are? I can't believe the way we fell apart, like a house of cards.
And Morgan McKay.
I've been looking.
Stick around this week, Texas Country. Here in the control room with engineer Kevin Bailey, this place looks absolutely fantastic. Talk about how it came about, finding the building and getting to do what you've put together here.
All right, well thanks a lot. We're glad to have you here in the small town of Richmond, Texas.
Glad to be here, man.
Well, I owned a smaller studio in Katy, not too far from here, and that's how I met Chase. I recorded his band, we became friends, we started a band, we built a bigger studio. It's kind of the condensed version. We were looking for a bigger place to offer more, better services to our clients, a little more comfortable environment. Bigger rooms for better sounds and ability to do the things that we always wanted to do. So we found this place. Surprisingly, it was just an empty building, just a shell. So it allowed us to build out exactly what we need, specifically for our needs, to create a world-class recording environment.
Let's talk about that. The composition of the building, the wood floor. How much of an influence was that to be able to get, like talking about, getting the sound that you want? What was it about this building that made it the place?
It was interesting. As we drove up to the building and it looked like a deserted horror movie house. I mean, it was kind of spooky, but it had this vintage, really great historic vibe, because this place was probably built 1920s or earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a blank canvas. And it's been a million different things in its past. It was a school for children and things like that. So it seemed like it just had a nice vibe, like a creative environment, where people could come and, because music comes from here, within the soul. It's very emotional. So we kind of felt like we already had a little bit of that just in the way the building felt when you walked in the door. All this other stuff just kind of came as we designed it, and it worked out really well.
So if I was an aspiring artist and I were to come in here, what could I expect? What would the whole experience be like?
Hopefully good. We try really hard, especially with newer artists, to make them comfortable. And we know it's very stressful to record. You feel like you're on the spot. And I've been doing this for 25 years. Chase has been doing it about the same. I've either been a musician, cutting records and studios around everywhere, or owning my own place and producing records. So it can get very stressful when you're in there and you're trying to get what's here and here out through a microphone and we try to do our best to make it as pleasant and not stressful, you know, where they feel like they're at their best, like their creative peak.
Tell me a little bit about your partner Chase, how you got mixed up with him, how you met. You talked a little bit earlier, y'all were in a band together, but talk about how it is working with him in this place.
I don't even know anymore. It's good at times. I can't keep going.
So here you are dressed in cowboy attire. You got a cowboy hat. I saw Chase earlier. He's covered in tattoos. Is it really a yin and yang situation with you guys working together?
We're total polar opposites, like complete polar opposites.
How does that come as an advantage? How does that benefit the things that you do?
It could be insanity. I don't know, but we kind of rein each other in. You know, I might be the overtly technical guy who's just really all into the mix and making everything sound, you know, spectacular. But sometimes I might do it a little bit too much, and he has the foresight to come in and say, hey, whoa, tone it down, you know. He also has great ideas with production that I may not have. And most of the time I argue and say it's not going to work, you know, because theoretically it might not be possible, but it usually works. It's a balance. It's really a balance of crazy, you know. We kind of keep a chart, like who's crazier which day.
Now I really want to come and record a song here. I can't wait to see what you guys do a little bit later on, and that's coming up later. Coming up next on Texas Country on Scene. In the vocal booth with Morgan McKay. I heard you sing a little bit earlier. You got a nickname, the 150-watt voice.
Yeah, you called me on it.
Where did that come from?
Well, I was actually learning to play guitar and kind of filling out my vibe up in an old bar in Conroe, Texas called Cat Daddy's. And I was playing there like every Sunday, and I kind of got the name, and the fans gave it to me, so I just went with it.
You're watching Texas Country on Scene.
At Cavender's, we don't just wear the West, we live it.
I live in comfortable boots.
For big loops, big money.
The smell of leather.
Taking the back roads.
We are the outfitter for the ones that are wild and free as the plains of Texas. For the one who ain't afraid to get a little dirt on their face when the job gets tough. From boots to ropes on the riders of this great state, all the way down to the saddles on the back of that bronc. From the hills to the ranch, we got you covered. Because after all, it's you that makes Texas, well, Texas. We are NRS, the ones to keep you doing what you do best, making us all proud to be from Texas.
You're watching Texas Country on Scene.
Whiskey always aimed to please, I don't want to have you disappointing me, even though we don't stay between the lines. If you could order another round, you and I could throw them down. We'd have one hell of a time. Oh, whiskey, if you could buy me a drink and whisper all those little things, think that I might make you mine. It's hard to find someone that'll treat you right. I think I've been looking too far into the night, 'cause all I really need is some wild turkey running wild through me. Oh, here we go. Whiskey always aim to please, I don't want to have you disappointing me, even though we don't stay between the lines. If you could order another round, you and I could throw 'em down. We'd have one hell of a time. Oh, whiskey, if you could buy me a drink and whisper all those little things, think that I might make you mine. Well, the Beatles say all you gotta need is love. Think I'm gonna count my lucky stars of love. Turkey's got a one-on-one, and I'll be dancing in the sun. Hell bent and too blind to see. Oh, here we go again. Whiskey always aim to please, I don't want to have you disappointing me, even though we don't stay between the lines. If you could order another round, you and I could throw 'em down. We'd have one hell of a time. Oh, whiskey, if you could buy me a drink and whisper all those little things, think that I might make you mine. Oh, whiskey, if you could buy me a drink, I'll tell you what you mean to me. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make you mine.
In the vocal booth with Morgan McKay. I heard you singing a little bit earlier, and you got a nickname, the 150-watt voice.
Yeah, you called me on it.
Where did that come from?
Well, I was actually learning to play guitar and kind of filling out my vibe up in an old bar in Conroe, Texas called Cat Daddies. And I was playing there like every Sunday, and I kind of got the name, and the fans gave it to me, so I just went with it.
I heard earlier you took vocal lessons right down the street in Rosenberg. And how cool is it that we're here right down the street?
I know, right? Yeah, I grew up in Sugar Land, and I took vocal lessons at a place called Rosenberg Music just down the road, and Jane Turner used to give me lessons. She's such a sweetheart, and she actually gave lessons to Leanne Rimes way back in the day.
Cool.
So yeah, she's a cool deal.
So you've gotten your vocal lessons, and you've been going all over the place. Talk about what's going on currently with you and your music right now.
Yeah, so we've opened up for Cody Canada and Kevin Fowler, and we've had a lot of fun. Me and the band, we're touring around. We've got a lot of cool venues booked, including Redneck Country Club, Lone Star Saloon, actually right down the road. We play there every other month, and we've got a whole tour set up. So and you can find that at bandsintown.com/Morgan McKay Music.
Awesome. Talk about, and I'm sure social media as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Facebook, everything. If you just Google Morgan McKay Music, you'll find me on any social media out there. So this is Morgan McKay, and you're watching Texas Country on Scene.
We're here in the main room with our spotlight artist this week, Will Carter. Will, you've been around the music business pretty much all your life. Talk about how it all got started for you.
So my dad was a big guy. He was 6'4", 250 pounds, and he thought I was gonna be a football player. And like many parents or athletes will do for their children, they'll put their kids in dance lessons to teach them agility and balance at an early age. So I was in tap, ballet, and jazz from 3 years old to 8 years old when I finally decided, what am I doing here? But anyway, I didn't grow up to be a football player size kind of guy because my mom's 5'3" and weighs like 95 pounds. But while I was in the dance thing, our studio was in charge of kicking off this annual Fantasy of Lights Festival in Sealy, where I grew up, and they needed someone to say the Pledge of Allegiance and sing the Grand Old Flag, and somehow I got chosen to do that, and just sort of stuck with it.
You talking about your football dad putting you in ballet, and it just kind of clicked on me. Walter Payton took ballet, so that's pretty cool how that happened. Kind of threw me off, but that was good. Talk about some of your musical influences growing up. Who pointed you in the direction that we're on right now?
Crystal Dew, by far, was my favorite artist growing up. But also, since I grew up in the '90s, John Michael Montgomery, Mark Chestnut, of course, Garth Brooks and George Strait, Tracy Lawrence. But yeah, all those big '90s names. Errol Singletary was another guy that I followed a lot growing up as well.
There's something about that '90s country, man. It was so good. You've spent some time in Nashville, and you've worked with some writers and some other artists that have done some really big things. Tell us about that.
So Shane Stevens is a guy that I write with often. His first #1 country hit was American Honey by Lady Antebellum. Clay Mills is another guy I've worked with. He's written songs for Lady Antebellum as well. Diamond Rio, he wrote Beautiful Mess. He's written with Jody Messina and Dolly Parton and tons of big artists. Really, it's those two are the only two that I've co-wrote with that have done stuff outside of Texas.
Yeah, and now you said you're hitting gigs all over Texas and all over the country. Where can fans go find your tour dates, your social media, all that kind of stuff? Where can they find you?
The website's willcarterofficial.com, and then or willcarterband.com. They both point to it. And all of the social media all matches. It's just Will Carter Band with Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Just at Will Carter Band.
And we're going to hear you sing a little bit later on as well.
All right.
Will Carter, Texas Country on Scene. We're coming back. Texas Country on Scene would like to thank Hotel Drover, Love and War in Texas, and the Fort Worth Stockyards. Coming up next on Texas Country on Scene.
I guess I was blind, betting on a forever that was never ever mine. I thought we had something real, a love so strong, but that ain't how you feel. How could I have been so wrong? I made you the queen of my heart. Don't you remember who you are? I can't believe the way we fell apart, like a house of cards.
Out here, there's no boss, no 9 to 5, no vacation days. You see, this is more than a job. It's a calling. It's the sweat, the grit, the worry, the wonder, and the truth that you were born to lead this life.
Celebrating the tastes of Texas for over 20 years, Love and War in Texas is part ranch house dining, part iconic music venue, and part hill country hangout. Everything about Love and War in Texas is as big and unique as our beautiful state, including a name large enough to capture the history, legends, romance, and the heart and soul of Texas. Featuring a Texas-sized menu with all the tastes you'd encounter while traveling across this extraordinary state we call home. Use our menu as a culinary map across Texas. Known as an iconic music destination for rising stars hoping to launch their careers, the intimacy of our historic stage allows the listener to experience the talented singer-songwriters and musicians in an environment unlike any other. Weekends are when you'll catch national music acts, but weekdays feature some hidden gems with up-and-coming artists taking the stage. With our homegrown musical acts, fantastic food, and frosty mugs of Shiner beer, anyone who walks in will leave knowing what it means to be a true Texan. Part day-drinking hill country hideaway, part Texas cuisine, and part iconic music venue equals Love and War in Texas.
We are the outfitter for the ones that are wild and free as the plains of Texas. For the one who ain't afraid to get a little dirt on their face when the job gets tough. From boots to ropes on the riders of this great state, all the way down to the saddles on the back of that bronc. From the hills to the ranch, we got you covered. 'Cause after all, it's you that makes Texas, well, Texas. We are NRS, the ones to keep you doing what you do best, making us all proud to be from Texas.
Welcome back to Texas Country on Scene, back with Will Carter. What are you going to sing for us, Will?
House of Cards.
Can't wait to hear it. Ladies and gentlemen, Will Carter.
I love the way you look in morning light. It's painted like a portrait on my mind. I put you on a pedestal, I built you a throne. The king I thought I was just a jester right along. I thought we had something real, a love so strong. But that ain't how you feel. How could I have been so wrong? I made you the queen of my heart. Don't you remember who you are? I can't believe the way we fell apart, like a house of cards. I went all in and had a losing hand. I gambled with my heart and lost again. I never saw this coming, baby. I guess I was blind, betting on a forever that was never ever mine. I thought we had something real, a love so strong. But that ain't how you feel. How could I have been so wrong? I made you the queen of my heart. Don't you remember who you are? like a house of cards.